And hi, Carrie. Okay, we are all set. September. It's already starting to feel a little bit like fall up here, at least. And I'm embracing it. This is like my favorite time of year. I feel invigorated. For me, this is the new year. It's like this new energy is kind of infused in the air, and probably has a lot to do with the fact that it's this new school year. The cooler temperatures are a little more invigorating, and we're sort of like still in that earth element, the earth being like the very late summer, early fall, and then we move into the metal element, which is actually fall. So that sort of we're still in that transition period. So we'll still do some movements and breath work that have to do with the earth element, the transformation of energy. It's very digestive oriented. So we'll start with lower abdominal breathing. So one hand on the lower abdomen and the other hand on top. Make sure it's recording. Yes, it is. Okay. And let's close our eyes. Really feel the belly underneath your hands, getting really connected to the physical body. The earth element of all the other elements is the most connected with the physical body. So let's take a moment, maybe make some small circles in the lower abdomen. And then let's start deep abdominal breathing. So breathing in, letting the belly puff out. And then exhale, let the belly pull back in towards the spine. Just think of inhaling, letting that diaphragm be nice and stretched as it pushes down slightly on the organs, giving them a nice massage. So we're using the breath to draw in a good amount of air, but it's also a gentle abdominal massage. And then let's drop the arms down. So we are doing a version of knocking on the door of life, combining it with bear walking. So that's the bear and the end of the idea of the bear in Chinese medicine has to do with the spleen in the stomach and the transformation of energy. So as we knock on the door of life, we're going to do a slight weight shift to the right foot and then to the left foot. So you can even come off of the heel of the opposite foot. And as we gently twist, just a little bit more of a slight hip opener, getting some movement into this whole lower abdominal hip area. Right, this is the time of year that correlates to temperatures dropping. So really being focused on moving joints, maintaining mobility when things tend to get a little more stiff. So hip opening exercises are great to do, especially in the late fall and winter. We're just going to stay down here for today. We are going to keep our energy kind of focused on this lower abdominal hip area. Really imagining giving our abdomen organs a massage, helping to help facilitate digestion, generating a little bit of heat. And then let's slow down, come back to the center. And okay, I'm going to take this moment to just move this little peanut to the couch. Okay. And let's go right into spinal cord breathing. So I'm going to inhale, bring the arms up by the head. Nice stretch. And then exhale forward. Inhale, opening up. Should feel really good throughout the pecs, opening up the throat, and then exhale, giving a little stretch to the back of the neck and the shoulders and the spine. Inhale and exhale. As we inhale, there's a little bit of an arch, not too drastic. And then as we exhale, think about curling the tailbone down, right? As we open up the lower lumbar. So this is not curling, and this is curling the tailbone down, right? So we are able to really open up the entire length of the spine. We exhale forward, right? From the sacrum to the cranium, and then activating that pumping mechanism. Think about infusing your spine with life force energy that keeps it nice and flexible and resilient and strong. And one last inhale, and then exhale. Let's bring the arms down. Okay, so for a little heat building, clearing, let's go into tiger clears the way again. So let's make our nice tiger claws. Inhale, stretching up, and then I'll show you again slowly. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees as we bring the arms down, and then bring the arms out to the side like you're sweeping out as we straighten the knees. And then the arms come back down as the knees bend, and then stretch up again on the inhale. So it's a bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Inhale as we stretch. Exhale as we bring the arms down and fan out. Margaux has no idea what to make of me right now. It's really funny. And one last inhale, and then exhale, just let the arms drop down. All right, that's our little cappuccino, our chi cappuccino. Okay, so let's do a little stretch of the head, neck, and shoulders before we go into a wider stance. So dragon stretches its tail. Let's start with our hands over to the left, hands facing you. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, turn the palms away, stretch over to the left, and then turn your head and look over the right shoulder. And then very slowly, let's look back towards the hands as we inhale them in. And then exhale, stretching the arms all the way across. So you feel a nice stretch in that outer arm, and then turn and look left. And then inhale. And exhale. Spreading those fingers. So you can relax them as we are inhaling and pulling them in. And then as we exhale and push across, see if you can stretch those fingers just a little bit. It helps bring energy through the entire palm, stretching the tendons and ligaments of the hand. And then to inhale, relax them. And to exhale, stretch. And then let's drop the arms down for a moment, close the eyes, just notice a difference. The sensation might be a little bit different throughout the left arm versus the right. I mean, as you can probably tell, as we stretch those lines, how much freer our limbs feel. And then let's bring the arms and hands up now over to the right. Nice inhale. And then turn, stretch away, and then turning and looking over the left shoulder. And inhale. And exhale. Nice and slow, nice slow inhale. So using this opportunity to still maintain that slow, deep inhale and exhale, right? Making those transitions nice and easeful. And let's do one more. Really stretch across and then drop the arms down. They might feel a little more symmetrical now. Let's go into a wider stance and let's continue a little bit of that side to side with swimming dragon. So as a recap, you're going to keep a nice bend in the knees, hands come together at the center of the chest. And then we first shift the weight over to your right foot. And as we do, think about moving your hands straight across, like in the same on a horizon. The arms come across over to the right, and then you turn your head and look left. So whatever side where our weight is shifted to, the hands move in that same direction, and your head is what turns in the opposite. And then we come back to the center, Then shift the weight over to the left foot, hands come across over to the left, and then you turn and look right. And then we come to the center, maybe a little dip here, right? And then over to the right, center, and then left. So think about maybe coming into the squat a little bit in the center, and then out of that squat just a bit as we stretch over. And I like to inhale as we dip, and then exhale as we stretch. Inhale and exhale. All right, this is a great movement, obviously generating some heat in the body, strengthening the legs, but it's also we're moving in two different directions, right? We're transferring the weight and the arms come across in one direction, and then we're turning and looking in the opposite direction. So we generate a little twisting action, which is fantastic for the organs, for the spine, for the muscles, sort of like wringing out tension. And come to the center for a moment. You can take the bend out of the knees, give ourselves a break, and let's reconnect to the breath with heart to the sky. And then exhaling, the chin tucks down, looking towards the earth. Inhale. And exhale. And let's do that one more time. So coming again into, and if you don't feel like it's not accessible to you to bend very deeply, even a slight bend is totally fine, right? And the hands come to the center. Nice inhale, shifting the weight over to the right. Arms come across, moving over to the right. Turn and look left. And then inhale to the center. Exhale over to the left. Also, nice hip opener. So we're generating heat in the legs and strength. We're also opening up the inner thighs, the base of the pelvis. Keeping the jaw. If you feel like you're clenching, loosen the jaw. Because if we're clenching the jaw, there's a connection to the pelvic floor, and you're probably holding a lot of tension in your pelvic floor if your jaw is constantly tight. So this is a great opportunity to relax the jaw. And then let's come to the center, taking the bend out of the knees, connecting to the breath. Look up on the inhale. Exhale, chin tucks down. And again, inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Let's do a little fold forward here just to get a little stretch into the hamstrings. So let's take one wrist with the opposite hand. Really reach up and stretch towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Nice full inhale. And on the exhale, keep your knees bent as you fold forward with a flat back. And then just let your hands rest either on the floor or on your upper thighs. And really allow your head, neck, and shoulders to be super relaxed. And let's just pause here. You know, let's actually walk our hands over to the left foot. If you can grab the ankle, you can grab the ankle, even if your hands are just sort of migrating over to the left and your fingertips are on the floor. That's fine. If you want to hold the upper leg, or the upper lower leg, then you can do that. Whatever's accessible for you so that there's no pain. A little stretch, right? Feeling a little bit of moving through some discomfort is okay, as long as it's not pain. You want to kind of go to your boundary, go to your edge, and then back off slightly. That's really a good way of approaching anything, right? You go to your edge, you want to push those boundaries a little bit, and then just back off a little bit so you're not at risk of hurting yourself, but you're getting full benefit. And then let's come to the center and slowly walk our hands over to the right, either the right side on the floor, your right ankle, the lower leg, the upper lower leg, so meaning just below the knee. And then breathe. And come to the center. Grab one wrist with the opposite hand. Keep your knees bent as you slowly stacking vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling up. Let the head be nice and relaxed so it comes up last. One last stretch. And then exhale. Okay. Bring the feet together and let's shake everything out. So since we're kind of focusing a little bit more on the earth element here, the sound of earth, the cleansing and clearing sound, is an H-O-A or an H-O-O-O or H-O-O-A. So kind of like you're trying to fog up a window. So it's the back of the throat. So you can inhale normally and then exhale as a way of sort of focusing on cleansing and clearing the digestive system, the spleen, the stomach, the pancreas. And let's start to unwind and slow down. Okay, so the first flow, it starts off looking a little bit like fountain, but it's a lot different. So the kidney energy is also it's more associated with like the lower half of the body. So I like to integrate that with the earth element. So what we're going to do is kind of come forward a little bit more forward than we do with fountain. So if the fountain, we kind of come maybe halfway down and the back of the hands come together and come up. With this, we're going to come a little bit further down and the back of the hands aren't going to come all the way together. There's going to be some space. maybe like 6 or 8 inches, right? And you're going to trace up the inside lines of the legs. So that's the kidney meridian, coming all the way up to about the throat area. Now we're going to increase the space up through the throat. So you're going to actually just let your hands float forward and open, and then inhale the arms out to the sides, palms face down, and then we float back down. So we'll go over that again. They're going to come forward a little bit more forward than we do for fountain, and see how the back of my hands are facing one another, but they're not very close. And we're just going to trace up the inside lines, the kidney line, coming all the way up to the throat, and then the hands kind of fold out, and then inhale out to the sides, and then down. And as they come down, we start to lean forward again. So think about drawing energy up through the earth, right? Through the inner legs, drawing energy through the internal organs and all the way up to the base of the throat, and then unfolding that energy out and then down. So this is a really great flow for nourishing the kidney and earth energies, but also opening up the throat, right? If we feel a little bit congested, right? Or we feeling more metaphysical, like being stifled, right? Not being able to kind of speak your truth or say what you want to say, being inhibited. Think about drawing energy up and then allowing that energy to open up that whole area of communication and our voice. And then we exhale back down. Inhale nice and slowly as the spine rolls up, the arms come up just underneath the chin, and then exhale forward and then out, right? Opening up that heart center, and then the arms float down, leaning forward, tracing all the way up, nourishing. Think about drawing fluid up from the earth, nourishing the entire body and the vocal cords, our ability to speak, being authentic. You can even think of, right, drawing this beautiful energy up from the earth, transforming what needs to get transformed so that we're able to manifest, bring out, open the heart to the world, and then exhale back down. What do you want to bring forth to the world, right? What wisdom, what energy, transforming all that gold and allowing that to come forward and out and expressed. And let's bring the arms down into our chi ball for a moment. And from here, let's step back with our right foot. So the left foot is a little forward, the right foot is a little back. There's some good space in between them laterally. And then let's hold our chi ball right at the center and turn slightly so you're at the same trajectory as that left knee. So this is parting the clouds, which we usually do as a heart-centric flow. We're going to be doing the same thing, but really focusing on the earth energy and the physical, feeling the physical body. So as we exhale, we're going to reach forward with our chi ball and then turn the hands so the back of the hands are facing one another. And then as we open up, we're going to transfer the weight to the back foot. So the hands are down by your hips. And we exhale forward. And then inhale, drawing back towards that back foot. This is really gentle extension forward, parting the clouds, transferring the weight to the back foot nice and slowly. So we're extending forward, like clearing sort of the cloudy murkiness so that we're able to really tune in to our physical bodies, right? And really get a sense of how we're feeling, where there's maybe some tightness that we can very gently loosen, guide into a little more flexibility. And we transforming that tightness with our breath into a more fluid energy that's able to circulate. As we come forward, that front knee bends as we extend. And as we part the arms, we straighten that front leg and bend the back leg. And the breath goes as follows. So we exhale forward, and then we inhale as we draw back. And on this next inhale, let's bring that back foot front. Now the left foot is in back, right foot is in front. Let's exhale to the back foot and then inhale as we come forward again. Excuse me, exhale as we come forward, and then inhale as we transfer the weight to the back foot. So down by the hips again, the arms extend out, separate, and then inhale as we draw back. Imagining as we part the clouds, right? This golden light is able to shine directly into our lower abdomen, nourishing our organs. Right? We're clearing out the way for this field of light to be transmitted into and throughout our body, nourishing, increasing our vitality. Nice and slow. We inhale, draw energy in. And exhale forward. Now, in the next inhale, let's bring that back foot forward again. Let's have our hands in our chi ball again, just feeling the space between the palms. And actually, let's turn so the palms are facing the earth. So we're really feeling that gravitational pull, that field of energy that exists all around us. We put our attention on parts of our bodies that have a lot of receptors, right? This is a lot of how we interact with the world is through our hands. So we have a lot of sensation, our ability to sense this energetic field is really pronounced through the palms of the hands. Just imagine drawing in this golden elixir. You can even maybe draw your hands up and let them fall back down. Just feeling that little tingling, maybe magnetic pull. Tuning into the more subtle energy. I'm reading this book called The Tao of Physics by Fritjof Capra, I believe. And it was written quite some time ago now, but how quantum theory and atomic energy and Eastern mysticism is so, there's so many common threads of between the two. It's quite fascinating. Right? Kind of defies Newtonian mechanics, the physics that preceded sort of the subatomic theory. A lot of what we can't see through our human senses, we can tap into that through practices like this. Now let's take the hands up in front of the forehead for a moment. Just imagine that you're sending that golden light now that we just absorbed through the hands, letting it wash through our consciousness, our thinking mind. It's kind of bathing and nourishing. And then draw the hands down in front of the heart, sending that golden light to our emotional center, clearing and cleansing, creating health. And then down to the lower abdomen, the organs, the physical, sending that positive energy. And then let's bring the hands. I think we have time for, we'll do a couple of rounds of, this is a new flow. It's 5 element fingers. So we'll start with touching the thumbs together, and then the index finger, and then the middle finger, then the ring finger, and then the pinky finger. So we're connecting each of those fingers right to left and thinking about the space between the palms and fingers, but also the space between the fingertips. And then we'll bring all of the fingers together. So the fingers are we're making little bird beaks, right? And then draw the arms while keeping your fingers all together up to about shoulder height. And let them open up, the palms open up. Exhale, come back down. Now touch just the thumb to the middle finger. So the other fingers are stretched out. And then inhale towards your waist, look up. And then exhale, the back of the hands are going to come around together. And then we just float down. And again, we touch the thumbs, the index fingers, middle, ring, and pinky. Nice inhale. And then let's bring the fingers together on each hand as we inhale, open up. Separate the fingers and exhale back down. Touch the thumb and middle finger together, and then inhale. And then exhale, the arms come around, the back of the hands come together, and then they float down. Let's do that one more time. Thumbs, index, middle, ring, and pinky. Bring the fingertips together as we inhale. Separate them, open up the hands, and then exhale back down. Bring the thumbs and the middle fingers together. Inhale, draw in. And then exhale the arms around. And then let's just let the arms float back down. Let's go into a chi ball one last time. Feeling that energy throughout the palms, the fingertips. Let the arms come down, and then let's inhale the arms all the way up, and then the hands float down. And then again, inhale and exhale. And one last time, nice inhale. Let's bring the feet together, and then exhale, bringing the hands in the lower abdomen, one on top of the other. And let's close our eyes for the last few seconds here. Feeling our center, feeling our feet rooted, the flexibility of our spine, the lightness of our heads. And just like they know now that the trees all communicate in the subterranean space below the surface, right? Mycelium, I believe, they have all these connections to one another, and they communicate. So just think that your roots through your feet are just like the roots of a tree, and they were communicating with nature, with each other, as like this intricate web that unites and binds us together. So that we recognize that we are just part of the whole versus being separate. And when you're ready, you can let your arms drop down. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you next week. Yes, I will not be available for QiGong on the 20th and the 27th because I'm going to California and I'm traveling on both of those days. So I'll be in an airport probably. So I'll be here next week. Yes, but then not the 20th and not the 27th. And then we'll resume the first Friday in October. So I will be here next week. Okay. So have a great weekend. Enjoy this weather. And I wish you all well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.